Hey everybody, Kingcheerio 85 here.
Well, Kingcheerio 85 here, Mini-Kingcheerio 85 right here.
Yeah, you're welcome for the intro.
Yeah. All right, so we are back finally with a new review, which it's been a while. It's been quite a while since we've done anything. I basically took the last 3 months off from making really any new content, and period.
Yeah.
I haven't made any new content period really in the last 3 months.
Oh.
Yeah. Just took a break because like everything at work was fluctuating all the time. Now I'm permanently on a morning shift, so here we go. Power Rangers Lightning Collection figures here. We've got the 2 store exclusives. We got the Psycho Blue for Gamestop exclusive, and Mighty Morphin Black Ranger with the Dragon Shield for the Walgreens exclusive. And we're overall we're still missing 3 Rangers. This is basically everything we've been able to scrounge up so far, because trying to find them in our area has been a nightmare. This is aside from Kim, these are all the ones that I've been able to scrounge up in the stores just recently, and actually, thankfully for the holidays, some of these other stores in my area have finally been able to getting more waves trickling in. But I think going forward, I'm probably going to try to just make sure I pre-order these things. I didn't want to pre-order them before because I remember the first couple waves when I saw them, when I got them, they didn't look so great at all coming in. So I didn't really feel like pre-ordering those right off the bat. But I think I'm going to have to from here on out.
Yeah, because we're both trying to get all of them.
Because here we go. Right off the bat, like I said, got Psycho Blue. Now he's a GameStop exclusive. I already see the side of the box right over there. Here is the back.
Cool. Way more of an improvement than Legacy.
Yep. Yeah, we've already taken a look at Psycho Red, and he's pretty much no different. He just looks like a different effect piece down at the bottom.
I don't have Psycho Red.
Yes, you do. It came in with Lost Galaxy Red.
Oh.
And he's got his axe instead of the sword that Psycho Red comes with.
Yeah.
Now, next up in this lineup would be Mighty Morphin Red Ranger, or Jason.
Yeah.
And got that Jason head sculpt right there.
Once we get the Zero Rocky, we can put that for season 2.
You mean once we get the Zero Ranger 3 Blue?
Yeah.
That's going to be Rocky. So yeah, we could swap the heads out and have that be the second Red Ranger from season 2.
Yeah.
Rocky. So yeah, that'll be a nice little thing to do. He's got his effect piece that's right there. It's just one of those little thunderbolts that I'm blocking my light. One of those little thunderbolt things that some of the other ones have come with. Nothing special. Alternate hands, the sword, the blaster, and I haven't seen anything on these guys, but it looks like the only things they come with is just the sword, their main weapon, the blaster, which is already in its blaster mode and not in its holster mode. So that'll be interesting going forward, seeing how that actually pans out.
I hope it works well.
Yeah. Nope, I didn't look at the back of the box, but here's the back of the box.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice pose right there.
I think they did the best.
Yeah. And then our next up is Beastmore Blue. Now, this is the most recent season. This is one that I need to back this camera up a bit. Anyway, this is the most recent season of Power Rangers. It's the one that we don't really care too much about because we haven't seen it yet at all. Honestly, we're not paying too much attention to what's airing on TV, but I do like the suits. I always like the Go Buster designs for their suits, so I'm actually pretty excited to have these guys added into the collection. And I do hope that some of these other series that got passed up by Saban and Nickelodeon do get picked up. in future seasons of the Rangers so that we can get some nice looking renditions of the suits. All right. And next up we got our Lord Drakkon.
Okay, he's cool.
Now this guy is very nice. I think this looks way better than everything I've seen for the legacy version that was the Comic-Con exclusive. Again, I never saw that one in person, but I did own most, if not most of the, well, actually every main retail release for the legacy line. So I can safely say that this is already a much better figure than the legacy version, because Hasbro so far has really killed it with a lot of these. The only problem I see is that he just comes with the Dragon Dagger. He doesn't come with Saba,
which you can get from the White Ranger.
Yeah, you can get that from the White Ranger, or if you were like us and you owned the legacy versions, you can just steal it from the legacy figures.
Even though that sword is bigger?
Even though it's bigger, but it's barely noticeable.
After this video, I'm comparing that.
You're gonna compare? Okay.
Yeah, after this video.
Or you can steal it from the 5-inch versions, but then you'd be a little bit smaller, but again, it's barely noticeable. Okay, next up, from Wave 2 is the Magna Defender. Now, okay, Blue Ranger, Beastmore vs. Blue, and Lord Drakkon are all from Wave 3. But those are also the ones that we most cared about getting from Wave 3 in the first place. So the fact that we don't have the other ones isn't really a huge issue for us right now. We are still going to track them down, just for the sake of completion. But for right now, where it's at is our Mighty Morphins, our Psychos, and some of the other really cool Ranger figure designs that are coming out from this line. The Magna Defender definitely fits the bill in really cool Ranger figure designs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. Can't wait. I can't wait for the next part and get these guys out of the box. There goes.
Which will be the best part.
Yep. Magna Defender from Lost Galaxy. Now next up, one of the other ones we were really excited about and were really disappointed that we could not get right away would be our Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger, or Kimberly. Now again, one of the things I did notice for some reason is that on Kimberly's blaster they use silver paint, whereas on Jason's blaster they use white paint.
That's something they could have fixed.
It's very weird, and I don't understand why.
Is it on both?
What's that?
Is it on both of ours?
Mm-hmm. And both of our Kims.
Okay. I never noticed.
Yep. But, you know, we got a really nice rendition, and finally having... is this the first girl figure we've gotten?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first girl figure we've gotten. And, you know, I'm glad that she has human proportions as opposed to, like, the ridiculous proportions that the Legacy figure came with. Like, I wanted a Ranger, not a Barbie doll, you know?
Yeah.
Here we go. And there goes Kim. All right, and last up. This was one I personally didn't really care about getting, but he insisted that we both get one since we're both collecting this line. We got Mighty Morphin Black Ranger with the Dragon Shield, the Walgreens Exclusive. Yeah. And you know, as much as I really didn't care about getting this specific version, I want the basic Black Ranger, just the normal Ranger suit with the axe and all that good stuff. Don't really care too much about getting some of these one-offs, but I do have to say this is actually a really nice rendition of a version of Zack that you only see in literally one episode. And that's also and I begrudgingly feel that this would be a nice alternative for if you should say get a version of Adam in the future as a Zeo Ranger or Turbo Ranger, and then you can swap out the head and you'll finally have add him as the Black Ranger on one of them. Nice look at the background. One of the things I do enjoy about these exclusives is that Hasbro gave the exclusives like solid color backgrounds as opposed to the white backgrounds in the normal releases. Really helps differentiate between an exclusive and a traditional release.
Yeah. I think it's actually cooler sometimes than some of them.
Yeah, I think that's the idea.
I think Lord Drakkon is the coolest. Don't you?
I'm torn between, like, I really like these the Lightning Collection version of the Psycho Rangers, so way better than the Legacy Collection versions. Alrighty, so we're back with the 3 of the figures unboxed. Got right here Beastmore vs. Blue, Magna Defender, and Psycho Blue. Now I gotta say I really like designs here, even though we've already technically seen everything Psycho Blue has to offer, because Psycho Red's literally exactly the same figure, just a different color, which I'm okay with. They were great antagonists. It's just good to have more enemies in the Lightning Collection lineup, right?
Right.
Now they all come with their traditional additional hands, as well as blast effects. I put all the blast effects that I could on Beastmore vs. Blue Ranger. He's got some sort of digi effect on his little sword here, and over his fist he's got some kind of punching action that I'm not sure what's going on there. Magna Defender, the only effect part that he's got goes on the end of his rifle. Other than that, he just comes with the 2 additional hands. And I mean that's it aside from his accessories. He's got a sword and a sheath which clip onto to his side, his rifle and an accessory piece, the effect piece. Now Psycho Blue, it's a slightly different story. He's got an effect piece which is also a alternate hand, as well as this yellow effect piece which looks very similar to some of the other ones we've seen in blue. So that's interesting. And additional hands. As far as articulation goes on these guys, I mean, it's the same. You know, everything that we've seen for the Lightning Collection, it's pretty much the same, and that's actually not that bad. It's not bad to have the same articulation for all of them when the articulation was already excellent.
Right.
Yeah. Anything you want to add on for these guys?
Nope.
No? Okay, I also forgot to mention Beastmore vs. Blue comes with his unmorphed human head.
Which is kind of weird if you display it the same way I do. Just too close.
Yeah. Alright. So with that being said, we're gonna we'll put set these guys aside and take a look at everything under the Mighty Morphin banner that we got in.
Cool.
Alright. Okay, here we are with our Mighty Morphins. So we got Mighty Morphin Red Ranger Jason, Lord Drakkon, Zack with the dragon shield on,
and Kimberly.
And finally, Kimberly.
Yeah.
These are a real treat, especially since you can see the massive differences in quality between the Lightning Collection and the Legacy Collection with just these releases right here. Now, if you compared the Red Ranger to his counterpart in the Legacy Collection, you'd see a completely different sculpt on the helmet, just a completely different look to it, whereas the Legacy Red Ranger looked like it was kind of like a hybrid between Mighty Morphin and Dino Charge. This one's pure Mighty Morphin. It doesn't have the ridges that for some reason were present on every version of the Legacy Red Ranger. You couldn't really say so much for Lord Drakkon, because unless you were fortunate enough to buy the actual figure at Comic-Con. You can't say 100% certain, but just looking at it, it looks phenomenal. Fiddling around with it, it's great. I think the only downside with it is just that it only has the Dragon Dagger, does not have Saba. But if you've been collecting a lot of these similar size lines, the 5-inch and the 7-inch Legacy lines, you probably have a Saba or two you can steal and just give to him. It's not going to be the exact same size, more than likely as your previous Legacy version, or as your Lightning Collection Saba, but it will be at least something for him to have.
And one thing we noticed off camera, is that you can build the Power Blaster once they release the other two figures you'd need.
That's right. We did not notice this until we were actually going through, because when I saw the Comic-Con set for the two Jasons with the Red Ranger with Dragon Shield and Gold Ranger set, it also featured a full Power Blaster. I was under the impression that was one solid molded piece. I may be wrong in that fact, or I could still be right, but in any case, it looks like we're not being excluded for those of us who are just buying the retail releases. It does definitely appear that Hasbro has put some thought into this, and we will be able to assemble the combined weapons for each of the teams. Now, Pink Ranger, for the first female mold of the Legacy Collection, it's not bad. It's really not that bad. The only problems I've got are just made some minor QC things, with joints just being ridiculously tight and not setting. I think for the standard, what we're going to see is that the guys are going to have double jointed elbows and the girls are just going to have the single jointed, which is what we're seeing on Kimberly, is that she just has single jointed elbows, whereas everyone else in the males with their thicker arms are able to accommodate double jointed elbows.
That's what we're seeing. I wonder if we're gonna have Zack without the shield in the future.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, it's not in he's not coming in the next two waves, but more than likely we're gonna see him probably in the wave following these two that are coming up.
Okay.
Because we're seeing like one Mighty Morphin character in each successive wave of the Power Rangers Lightning Collection line. So we're more than likely going to see a shieldless Zack probably right after Billy. We'll probably see that right after Billy, and then following that would be a normal series version of the Green Ranger. And following that, maybe we'll see some more villains from around that time period.
Like Rita.
Like Rita, like Rito Revolto.
Who's Rito Revolto?
Oh yeah, you didn't watch season 3.
I've seen Rito. I think I have seen some of it.
Rito Revolto is Rita's brother from season 3. He destroyed the Thunder Megazord and the Tiger Zord.
He did?
Yep.
See a picture of that. I did.
He looked like a big skeleton.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And then following that, probably see the Alien Rangers. Maybe they may end up taking up the Mighty Morphin spot in the lineup, being the second main suits in the series to be used. But who knows? I'm kind of hoping that they do end up doing like the Die Ranger suits. I doubt it, but it'd be nice.
The what Ranger?
Die Ranger. They were the Super Sentai series that the Thunder Zords originally came from.
Okay.
Because it was originally, in Zoo Ranger was the ones that our Mighty Morphin Power Ranger suits were based on. Mm-hmm. And they used those for 3 years when they had absolutely nothing to do with like the Thunder Zords or the Ninja Zords or anything like that. Those were separate things altogether.
Okay.
That they used them all in the same anyway. That's actually why the White Ranger suit looks so much different than the other suits. Yeah, because that one was actually from the Die Ranger series.
Cool.
Yeah.
At least they used one of them.
Yep. And in the Die Ranger series, the character who was the White Ranger in that series, he was called the Kiba Ranger. He was actually only like 9 or 10 years old.
And Tommy was only like 9 or 10 years old?
No, not Tommy. The character from the Die Ranger series that wore that suit, that was that Ranger.
Did that?
Yeah, he was only 9 or 10 years old.
Well, how did they do it when you see Mighty Morphin?
They just edited the footage together.
Blended it together?
Yeah, they just edited the footage together, cut out all that storyline for it.
Cool.
Yep. But yeah, other than that, I think that's everything that you wanted to say about these guys. I think I'm just eager to get mine on display.
Yeah, me too.
And get them in the mix with all the other ones. And got, at least not a lot of villains in this one, but at least 2 more, so that's pretty nice. Well, the Psycho Rangers definitely fill up the villain ranks pretty quick as long as they keep getting successive releases. Hopefully we'll see Psycho Green get a full release.
He only exists in the comics.
He does only exist in the comics.
I wonder... Oh yeah, Legacy released that too.
Yep, as a Comic-Con exclusive.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that we can avoid getting all these convention exclusives for all these highly desirable figures.
Yeah. I hope we can get them.
But anyway, this has been Kingcheerio 85 and...
Mini-Kingcheerio.
Alright, we're wishing you well.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe, and we'll hopefully be able to be back here on a somewhat more regular basis than we have been. Alright, bye-bye.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoy my content, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, you can check out past videos here, or you can click here to check out my newest upload. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell to stay notified on all future videos.